Welcome to the channel, man. Thank you for clicking on this video. You are watching the BangBets prediction show. We got college football week 8. We're going over all the games we're talking about. Let's get into it. 12 p.m. sharp. We got Penn State traveling to Columbus to take on the Buckeyes. This game, they know good and well this game was supposed to be at 7:30. It would have been a way better game, way better atmosphere if it was a night game. But instead, we got a noon slate. It is what it is. I went back and forth on this one for a while. I really like Penn State's offense, really like Penn State's defense. Ohio State's defense is solid as well, but their offense, man, is just shaky to me. They get a lot of slow starts. They let a lot of less skilled teams hang around with them. I'm going to take Penn State plus the points. I mean, the model even likes Penn State in this game. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Penn State was my pick originally before I ran the models on these games. I was on Penn State, and I would also lean towards the under on this game. Like I said, two good defenses. Ohio State's, I don't want to call them mediocre, but then again, I've seen more Penn State than Ohio State this season, so maybe I'm a little biased. But give me Penn State plus the points. Next up, we got UCF traveling to Oklahoma. Such a weird game. I don't even know why these two teams are playing each other. I think it's something to do with the conferences. Somebody let me know in the comments. I don't know for sure off the top of my head right now. But yeah, regardless of whatever I was trying to say, give me Oklahoma, man. Looks like the model loves Oklahoma as well in this game. I just think this is a serious mismatch. UCF has had some really ugly games against opponents way less talented than Oklahoma. No shade. Just saying. Oklahoma minus 19 just feels like a lock. The over 67.5 just, I mean, the model has them falling short, but I can see UCF, getting 21-17. And better yet, I can see Oklahoma getting all 68. So, yeah, slight lean to the over. Oklahoma minus 19. I really like that pick right there. Air Force at Navy. Not one of my favorite games on the board by far. Personally, I'll probably just stay away from this game because I don't really watch either one of these teams a whole lot. But just going off the numbers and the records and, the final scores, I think I'm going to take Air Force with the spread, and I would play the over in this game. I mean, Air Force has scored 30 plus in every game except for one, and Navy honestly has been putting up about 21-24 points in every single game except for one or two as well. So I'll take the over and give me Air Force by 10. Like I said, not my favorite game, but that's my picks. Next up, starting off our 3:30 slot, we got Washington State traveling to Eugene, Oregon to take on the Ducks. Oregon, man, they're bouncing back off that tough L at Washington. Their first game back home. It's a 21 point spread in this game. I'm not a big fan of huge spreads most of the time, but Oregon is one of those teams, man, that can really just light up the scoreboard. And if the coach comes out and coaches anywhere similar to what he did at Washington, they're going to be aggressive. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They're going to turn down a lot of field goal attempts, and they're going to try to get in the end zone every time they have the ball. And I don't see this Washington State team doing much to hang around in this game. So, not my favorite, but give me Oregon minus the 21. But what I really like in this game is that over 60.5. I think that should hit. I think Washington State will put up some points, but the model's projecting a 10-point game. I don't think it'll be that close. I honestly don't. I don't think it'll be that close. All right. Next up, Minnesota taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. This is just another nasty game that personally I would be staying away from. At least as far as choosing a side, I feel like this game can really go either way. You got two struggling offenses, two decent defenses. It's just a tough one to call. But normally when I get a matchup like this, struggling offenses, better defenses, I got to play the under. Got to play the under in this one. I know 30.5 is really low, especially for college football. That's a really low number. But if I had to, man, that would be my pick in this game. Is give me the under, and with a slight lean towards Iowa to take care of their business at home. Up next, we're headed to Tuscaloosa, where number 17 Tennessee will be taking on number 9 Alabama. This game right here is probably a lot closer than it usually is, but you know, Alabama, man, they've been struggling a little bit on offense with Milroe, trying to figure out what to do with them, how to use them. And then on the Tennessee side, I watched that last game they played against Mississippi State, and their offense looked horrible too. I mean, this game is going to come down to the defenses for sure. Obviously, I'm leaning more towards Alabama to win the game. But spread-wise, I think Tennessee keeps it close. I mean, we saw it last week with Arkansas. Alabama was up early, let them hang around. Next thing you know, it was a three-point game. So, give me Tennessee plus the 8.5 in this one, and let's play the under. Under for sure. Even the model likes the under, and the model has Tennessee winning. I'm not gonna be that bold and say Tennessee's gonna win this game, but I'll take the 8.5 all day long with the Vols. Headed out west to Missouri for another SEC matchup. Got the Gamecocks traveling all the way to Mizzou for a SEC matchup midday. Got ourselves a 7.5 point spread. Total sitting at 60. You know, it's really hard to get behind South Carolina. You know, at the beginning of the season, I felt like they had a nice storyline with the quarterback. You know, whoop, whoop, blah, blah, blah. Turns out they ain't that good. They're just not. I mean, look at last week. That Florida team has been struggling to put points on the board all season. Go down there to Carolina. All of a sudden, they can't be stopped. Now, we watched this Missouri team hang around with LSU for 4 quarters. Down to the wire. What was that score? Like 40-something to 40-something? It was way up there. There's no way they don't blow out. I won't say blow out, but there's no way they don't win this game and cover this spread. So give me Missouri. I'm laying the 8, and I'm going to give a slight lean towards the over. I know Missouri can score points. I just don't know if I can count on Carolina. So that's where I'm at on this one. Next, we got an in-state battle here. We got University of Texas taking on the Houston Cougars in Houston. 23.5. Like I said earlier, man, these big spreads just make me uncomfortable because anything can happen. You know, we're talking about a 4-score lead that you need to secure this. However, this is the first time we've seen this Texas team since they lost the Red River rivalry to Oklahoma 2 weeks ago. They're coming off a bye. They got something to prove. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get out here and just absolutely obliterate Houston. But at the same time, Houston's offense isn't horrible. I think they'll be able to put some points on the board. I'm not saying it'll be competitive, but they'll help add to the total. So give me the over. And with a slight lean to that 23.5, because like I don't like big spreads. I can find a better pick than this that it's not gonna make me so sweaty. But I wouldn't be shocked if Texas covers this easily. The model predicts it to play out that way. That makes me feel a little bit better about it, but still a risk. Still a risk laying 24 points. All right, into the 7 o'clock window, we got Ole Miss taking on the Auburn Tigers. 6.5 point spread. This is a really interesting matchup right here, man. You got one team in Ole Miss who's having a pretty good season, you know, especially just off their standard the last couple of seasons. They're having a good year right now. They're sitting at 13th in the country. And then you got Auburn, who, I don't know about you guys, but I'm used to Auburn being the top team, man. Cam Newton, you know what I'm saying? Those guys, that's the Auburn team that I grew up seeing. So I'm used to them being a good team. I'm used to them being in the runnings. I'm used to them being competitive. And I'm seeing a lot of folks back in Auburn in this game, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. Give me Ole Miss. I'm laying Ole Miss by a touchdown. Over underwise, I'm leaning towards the over. Model likes the over. Model likes Ole Miss. I'm feeling good about my picks. And let's just see how it plays out Saturday, man. Ole Miss minus the 6.5. Let me know if you tell that. I think this is a pretty good spot for them. I know they're on the road, but they gonna handle their business. They gonna handle their business. Into the ACC matchups we go. We got the Duke Blue Devils traveling to Tallahassee to take on the Seminoles. This is gonna be a good game, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be a good game right here. My gut tells me that Florida State is going to dominate. However, I got a lot of respect for this Duke team, man. They play physical, and any team that plays physical, plays good defense, always has a chance to win. However, but I can't say Duke's going to win this game. I firmly believe Florida State's going to take care of their business tonight and win it, or tomorrow night rather, and win this game. So, give me Duke. Give me Duke plus the 15, man. 15 is a big number. As you can see, the model likes Duke in this matchup. The model has Duke winning this game. I wouldn't be shocked if it happens. I think Duke money line is worth a sprinkle. But just to take a little stress off me, Duke plus 14.5 I think is a great play here. I know they're on the road. I know it's Tallahassee. I know Florida State is explosive. But Duke can keep this game within 2 touchdowns for sure. I can see Florida State winning by 7 or 10 or even a field goal. But Duke getting blown out, I don't see Duke getting blown out in this game. So give me Duke plus the 14.5, and I'm gonna play towards the over in this one. Let me know what y'all think, man. Into the ACC matchups we go. And here we go. We got my Canes taking on the Clemson Tigers. Clemson has fallen off a cliff. My Canes fell off a cliff 15, 20 years ago, and we never found our way back to the top. But look, if there's any of my picks that you're going to fade this one, because I'm a diehard Canes fan, man. I'm taking my Canes in this game. I know we had that ugly, just brain fart, dumb, completely unnecessary L against Georgia Tech. I know we followed that up by getting whooped up in Chapel Hill by the Tar Heels. But this is our spot to bounce back. We got a mediocre Clemson team coming to town that I feel like we have more talent than. We can win this game. You know, I don't have a lot of faith in the coach, obviously. But give me my Canes plus the points. And I'm going to play towards the over in this one. I think the model has it just shy of the over. Model also has my Canes winning this game. Love to see that. But, you know, I think both of these teams are going to score some points. I think it's going to be somewhat of a shootout, but my Hurricanes are going to come out on top. So, give me the Canes. Give me the over. On to the next game. And last but not least, we got the Utah Utes traveling to Southern Cal to take on the Trojans. I mean, we saw what happened to USC last week. We ain't even got to talk about it. We saw what happened to them. This Utah team, their storyline is they got a great defense, subpar offense. Now, this USC squad, Caleb Williams, we know the offense is supposed to be something elite, crazy, but their defense hasn't been. Their defense just hasn't been. That's why Notre Dame gave them 50 last week. But this is a great bounce back spot for USC. The fact that Notre Dame obliterated them last week, dropped this spread in this game to 7 points when it really should be like 14, 15, 16 in my opinion. But 7 against this Utah team just seems too easy. Way too easy. No way USC fumbles this bag. They got a tough schedule ahead of them. They still got to play the Oregon, still got to play Washington. They cannot drop this game if they have any hopes of making the playoffs. So give me USC to bounce back at home against this Utah squad. I'm laying the 7, and I'm playing the over. I'm playing the over, and that's coming from USC having such a poor defense and such a great offense. So I know they're going to give me some points, and they're probably going to give up some points too. But they still going to win this game by 7 or more. Thank you for watching to the end. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about my picks. Let me know what your picks are. And let's make some money. Till the next time.